Right. So, in today's session, we are going to discuss about right. So, we are going to discuss about the job creation, all that, right? So, because in reference to the human resource management and HCM applications are concerned, when we are working on HCM part, it's always important for us to understand about the time logs, time sheets, which was discussed in the previous session. Wherein today we are going to discuss about the job logs part, right? So this is where generally the job logs, where we need to create the departments, we need to add the jobs, etc. In the last session, if you remember, we have created a job which is of HR executive. Now, how to create generally the what are all the jobs which are to be added to the existing ones? Everything today we are going to discuss. Here you can see there is an option for creating a view, wherein we need to specify the name, right? So create a view name is what something which we need to select. This is where generally I'm selecting a specifying name called finance. Okay, view permission. I'm giving permission only for me. Okay, because this is something which we are doing for this thing. Otherwise, if you want to access to any of the employees, we can provide access to them also. Next, in context to that, if there is any kind of attachments we have, if you want to be attached anything or something, right? So we can add the attachments here. You can see like this, right? So we can see the attachments and all. Next, whatever the project is related. So if there is any project related stuff which we wants to be updated even. So the project related information can also be added here. So this is, you can see what are the required projects. So once we have added all the projects, whatever the criteria you need to mention, right? So if you want to add any kind of criteria, we need to criteria. So full-time employment, right? So this is where generally if you want to create anything new, so we can create, okay? So whatever the criteria we have, right? So all that criteria we can select. So when you are selecting the criteria based on the project name, right? So whatever is specified, right? So that criteria we have to select. Starts with, okay, starts with, right? So this is how generally the criteria which we have to be selected. So once we are selecting the criteria, here we have seen rights only for finance. It starts with H, right? So this is what something which normally we have to save over here, right? So this is how generally the records which normally we see, right? So what are the records which we wants to be updated in the existing ones? This is how generally we can see what are the data you want to see. All the records here you can see total record count is 1, okay? This is one, this is what generally the record count what we have taken. So this is something which normally whenever we are working on the jobs and all, this is how we do. Apart from the timesheets what we have created, this is how generally adding of jobs or something is something which normally we need to be mentioned here. So next, once the job creations or something were completed, wherein if you want to create any kind of compensations or something of that sort, here we need to create a compensation. So wherein we can create compensation for it, right? So here we need to mention the compensation based on the area which they were located, right? So different home currencies. So we need to select the home currencies, followed by this currency format will be taken automatically. Yeah, right. So this is what and how normally we do whenever we are working on it. So this is how generally this compensation and all will be created. So this compensation part that I'm going to discuss in the next section. And when it comes to the job related stuff, this is what something we do. In the next session, I'm going to discuss about the compensation part, right? So this part compensation part is I'm going to discuss in the next session.